What's up, everybody? It's the Rice Rocketeer, and thanks for tuning in for another episode. I am again back in the city. I can't seem to stay away from this damn place. It's kind of like a magnet. There's always something to do and something that I need to do in here, so I constantly find myself back in the city. I'm downtown, and I just did a bunch of stuff, and I got the craving for a bowl of pho, so I do not feel like making it, because it takes about 12 hours. So I'm going to go to one of my favorite spots. It's in, this is gross, in Long Island City, out in Queens. It's called Cyclo. Love this spot primarily because they have outdoor seating, and I can park my bike and can eat while I look at my bike. So, fucked up my situation is. But yeah, excited to have a bowl of pho and, you know, enjoy the day. It's a beautiful day. Again, couldn't ask for more. Let's go. Fucking dirt all over my shoes now. Alright. I'm going to do this from memory. I'm probably going to go a longer way than I need to, but don't want to be looking at my phone. I know I've spent so much time looking at my phone over this YouTube stuff, trying to make it work, that I need non-screen time. So that's what I'm going to do. So it is very rare that I go out to eat. I just don't really enjoy it. You know, largely because I worked in restaurants for so long. But I just don't like, you know, all the interaction. I just want to eat. I want the food. I don't want the experience. And getting a delivery isn't the same, because it's never as good when you get it at home. So I'm not a delivery guy. Very rarely. Only during the pandemic did I use Grubhub and Seamless and all that stuff. Who is this? Yeah, so you know, if I go out to eat, like my girlfriend and I will go out to eat for occasions, but I don't that often. And if I do, it'll be to get pho, because that's like my soul food. And I'll go get pho, I'll watch a show. It's kind of like my personal time. In fact, it got to such a bad point that at one point, when I was still drinking, I would drink every night. So I'd be hungover every day, and pho is like the perfect cure. So I would, oh shit. I would go sit at the same table, have the same menu item every single time. This was at Namsan, which is like down in Chinatown. And these guys knew me. I mean, this was for years. I must have gone 3 or 4 times a week because it was so cheap. I want to say back then. If it wasn't, like, back then was, you know, 5 years ago. But it was cheaper. I think it was like $10, maybe $9, $10 for the soup. So I would go so often, and they knew me as number one. Actually, they would say number one, because I ordered the same thing, which was number one. Sit at the same table, which turned out to be table number one. You know, which is like kind of embarrassing, but I didn't really care, because like I would just go and become a shell of myself. So anyway, that's still like in my blood. I just do it less, and every once in a while I get hit with that craving, and I just want to watch a show, tune out, and so this is my new spot. I don't go to Namsan anymore, mostly because you can't park anywhere there. So I need to find pho that is accessible by vehicle. Let's see, we're gonna go across St. Mark's and then Williamsburg Bridge. That sounds good. There's also, it's not Pho Grand, it's Pho Best, I think. Or no, sorry, Pho Bang. And they have an awesome spot. It's kind of like a diner. It looks like a Vietnamese diner. There's a big like plate glass window in the front. That's out in Queens too. And I get to park my bike like right in front of the window, and I can watch it as I eat. So that's great. That's another spot I like to go, but they only take cash, and I have no cash. Otherwise, I'd go there today. Oh, that smells magnificent. Jamrock jerk. Jesus. And a farmer's market. This is St. Mark's Place. Used to look a lot different. Not nearly as nice and polished. When I was growing up, it was pretty seedy, and we came down here to skate. I ride through here very, very frequently. I worked at a lot of places. The more I ride around, the more I realized I worked at a lot of different restaurants. I guess it was like 9 or 10 restaurants. Down here, Hanoi House, which is a Vietnamese shop. That was my favorite bowl of pho. I haven't been back in a while. They're never open when I need it. Man, this bike is so great in the city. Like, you never need to leave first gear or well, I'm usually in second now to keep the sound somewhat manageable. But yeah, there's just so much in the rev range to play with while still being fun down low. I love it. Oh, fucking Christ. This bullshit. Either go or fucking don't. Let's go. Oh my god. You used to work down here too. Hope the bridge isn't terrible today like it usually is. Let's see. Oh, it looks manageable. Cops right there, ready to pull everyone over. So, one of the things I hated about working in restaurants, or I guess what got to me after a period of time, was that minus it being like you're kind of the bottom rung, right? So like everyone goes to their job, they get, every job is a service in some way, shape, or form. So it's not unique. But it's just a concentrated dose of that, and people go to their job, they get shit on or whatever, they have to deal with their stuff, and then they come to you guys to shit on you, and it's not always malicious. It's not like everyone is always out to get you. It's just that, like, that's inevitably what ends up happening. You go out to eat to kind of take a load off and enjoy yourself, and we're the ones who have to deal with that, and more times than not, it ends up somebody being upset or being, not happy with something, and you have to deal with it. So and that's, where the alcoholism comes in for a lot of people, is like, what do you do after your shift? You go out and you get fucked up and you have a good time, because you need that. So that's just what it is. But that's the immediate thing that I didn't like about it. But then the real thing I didn't like about it was that I'm the type of person who needs to be passionate about what they do. And for a while, it was restaurants. I was a sommelier, so I studied wine, and every day I was tasting something, I was learning something, I'd go to events. And also, you're kind of the guy on the floor, you're hooking it up. So it was good. Then I got into management. I kind of fell in love with systems and creating systems and making sure things work smoothly, and that was kind of a payoff. But then at the end of the day, you're just there to serve, and that's it. That's what it is. So throughout the night, you would take care of, and like, all the guests. Everyone's doing something else, and everyone seems to be passionate about their job. And it's like, I would just continuously watch people, relax from doing something that they were either creatively invested in or business-wise, or something that had their interest. and here's the traffic. Yeah, so that got really hard on me, and a lot of people don't care about that stuff. But so, you know, there's different types of people. Some people, it's like a job is a job, and you get the money and you do what you want to do on your own time. But for me, the way I see it is I'm going to be spending so much of my time at work. We all do. So whatever I do, I want to be invested in. I want to feel like it's worth my time, you know. And at the end of the day, I guess just after having done it for so long, and, you know, I don't know, it's just, I wasn't feeling it anymore. I'm glad I got into management. Like, I kind of worked my way up, so it's not like I just stayed doing one thing for 15 years. You know, I jumped around, so that's a benefit. But it is hard to start your career and try to figure out what field you're into after just working in restaurants. At least for me, and who knows, maybe not for others. That's awesome. But that's, you know, where I'm at and trying to figure it out. Anyway, that's a roundabout way of kind of explaining why I don't like going out to restaurants. That's definitely a part of it. I don't want to be part of it or around it. You know, it's hard for me to go out to restaurants because I see things and I know I could do them better, or I have suggestions, and I just, like, the me in me is like, go, like, fix it, and then the realistic person to me is like, it's not worth getting involved. And also, you don't work there, so just shut up and sit down. So yeah, I don't really enjoy going out to eat unless it's like a special meal, and like in that case I'm picking a special place. Like for our anniversary, we went to a very nice Michelin Korean spot, and at that point, like, everything's on point, and I'm like, okay, this is where it's at. So I can kind of enjoy it that way. But on the average, like going out every Friday or every weekend, it's really difficult for me. Again, my only saving place is this Vietnamese spot, so that's where I'm headed now, if I can get out of this traffic. And here's where it ends. So I don't ride in the shoulders. I've made that mistake many times, and like, other people are fine, but like, for some reason, I have bad luck with certain things, and like, riding in the shoulders is one of them. When I had my Indian, I had 4 flats in a year. They each were from riding in the shoulders. First 2 times it happened, like, it was like, oh, that's chance, and I just disregarded it. And then it happened a second time, and I was like, okay, I should be careful. And the third time it happened, I saw a space like this, and it looked totally fine and perfect, and so I went for maybe 2 cars lengths, and sure enough, my fucking tire was flat when I got home. So I just don't do it anymore. I just learned my lesson. Unless, like, if I had to, I don't know, I'm trying to think of an emergency in my life that if I had to get to the hospital, I would probably do it. But other than that, it's just not worth it. Little Vespa action. My Vespa was really fun on the highway, I have to say. Especially because most of the traffic was like this, so it's actually, like, I couldn't risk going, like, there's no possibility of me by accident going way too fast in between cars. Like, it just wasn't possible. Although I seem to piss people off more. I think people just hate scooters because they look kind of silly here in the States. So like, I had more people try to run me off the road on my scooter than I did, and I wasn't holding up traffic. It was, I'd be like in my own lane, and people would go out of their way to like cut in front of me. Not paying attention. Thank you. You're great. Yeah, I'm sorry. I really try to I try to not lane split this much, but I did not buy a motorcycle so I could sit behind a truck. Oh, that's a cow. Oops. Open. I feel like this is what I've learned. The wider the space between the cars, more chance of somebody turning into you. Like right there. Fuck, it didn't work out the way I planned. That Vespa, he's booking it. He's like me. I would do 65 on my little 150 all the way through here at night too. When there was no traffic, I'd just be fully tucked, fully committed. Love it. I've never hit this turn at a decent speed. It's never been open enough for me to really like hit it. It's probably a good thing. So after having this exhaust for a few weeks, I know there's a lot of questions about backfire and pops and all that, and they definitely have come out. I think maybe the engine and the bike has gotten used to the exhaust, and it's maybe functioning a little differently. It seems smoother than when I first got it, but yeah, it's smoothed out a lot. I hear on downshifts especially, I hear that kind of like throaty gurgle that I think people really like, that I like. Right there. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but it sounds really good to me, and I got my earplugs in, so that'll tell you something. The fuck was that? Whoa, shit. What the fuck did I just hit? Oh gosh. Okay, yeah, this is a very back road route. I'm gonna go through an industrial area. You know what? Might as well stop by Long Island City. It's beautiful. This is actually a really cool view right here. I never rode down this way. Woo, fun. That was fun. So, guys, correct me if I'm wrong. This is my perception. Like, every bike has their own perception, right? This is my perception of Triumph, at least for the Street Triple. Seems like a classy sport bike. Like, you know, it's surprisingly relatively unknown to people I talk to about it. Like, a lot of people come to the shop, too, are like, what's Trumpf? Everybody says Trumpf. I don't know if the word's hard or what, but nobody seems to have heard of Triumph. I mean, it's not nobody, but there's a significant amount of people who've never heard of the brand, and then when I tell people about my bike, I have a Triumph Street Triple, they're like, oh, is that like Yamaha? And of course, those are people who don't ride, but even so, like, I heard about Triumph before I was into motorcycling. Like, I kind of knew about them. I knew them more as a cafe, like, classic style. That's what they made their name on, but I knew of them. So, anyway, that's my perception of it. I don't see it like... To me, Yamaha is like a machine. It's like... just a raw, bare-bones machine. My MT-07 kind of proved that stereotype. It just was bare-bones. Like, I mean, it had traction control and wheeling control that you could turn on and off, but by pulling the fuse out. But really, there's nothing special about it. It did not feel premium. Like, everything about this bike feels extremely premium. The way the clutch handles, the way everything, the throttle, the brakes, like everything is just like on point. And the same thing I've ridden, you know, the Bonnevilles, the Speed Twins, the Trident even. The Trident less so. The Trident does feel like an entry-level bike, but that's what it's supposed to be, so that's cool. But yeah, like all Triumphs to me just have this really like buttery, smooth, polished feeling that I associate with the brand. And I don't say that because I work there. I don't say that because I work there. I say that because I truly believe it. It just feels great compared to anything that I've ridden. And I don't even see getting another bike. Like, I can't fathom. If I lost this bike, knock fucking wood, I'd probably get the same one again. Do I go straight? Yeah, I'm gonna go straight. so I don't know Queens. I think if I had another bike that I would want, I'm kind of over the Ducati thing. What is it? The Super Motard, Hyper Motard is cool. The Street Fighter, the V4, or the V2, I don't give a shit. Either, those are cool, but like knowing the amount of maintenance and like the price of everything and the whole scene that comes with it, like it's just not for me. The BMW S1000 single R, I think looks stellar. Any of the like the Honda, Yamaha, Suzuki, Kawasaki, those guys, they don't really interest me. Like I was interested in the Gixxis 750, look great, but then it's like it's fat in the tank, and it has to be because it's an inline 4. But it's just like the way it sat on me, it just was not for me. And I'm just thinking purely sport bikes. Let's see, a Ninja, too much for me. I don't like the angular nose that they have on it now. Like the older ones look kind of cool. And then Hondas, the CBs, I know they're amazing machines. I heard they're kind of like soulless or like personality-less, but you know, and I know again they're great machines, never break, fantastic, but it's just not for me. I don't know. So yeah, I think either this bike again, or should I get the S1000 single R? So over here, Long Island City is in Queens facing Manhattan. It looks very similar to Battery Park. It's like a cheaper Battery Park. And it's actually like, it's funny because I would rather live here because you get to see the city. Like living in Battery Park, you get to look at Jersey, which, you know, no disrespect to Jersey, but like you want to see the city. That's what you're paying for. I don't know, that whole area never seemed very enticing to me. This, on the other hand, does. Wow, this road is beautiful and wide. If nothing was here, it's just a bunch of random fucking construction stuff. Alright. Yeah, I love this waterfront. So cool. I think one more block, then I take a right. Something like that. Oh, street triple! A lot of bikes around here. It's like a very manicured area. Oh, and they got parking. Oh man, this it makes my heart hurt. Come on, come on. I'm sorry, I gotta do it. I gotta do it. Oh god. I think this is it. I'm gonna eat my words here, but this might be it. It's a terrible road. If there's a bowl of pho at the end of this road, it'll all be worth it. All right, guys. Oh God. So this is Cyclo, one of my favorite Vietnamese spots now. I'm gonna get something to eat. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I just wanted to go for a quick ride, get something to eat, do some errands. A couple birds with one stone. If you have not subscribed yet, make sure to do so below. Drop me a comment as to what you would like to see. Suggestions are very welcome. I don't know many places outside of the city, so if you guys have some good roads or a good ride, shop to check out, whatever the case may be, let me know. Drop it in the comments below. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.